Hello everyone! I'm making slow progress unpacking my apartment, or my room in this little place, but it's progress. And where have I been? What have I been doing? I got the job. I worked at it for about a week. I now won't have any more hours until some paperwork gets done with the IRS because of stuff. So I've not been assigned any hours this week, but that's almost a good thing, except for the fact that I'm not making any money. But it's a good thing because I had a lot of stuff that I needed to do and wanted to do that I've not been able to do because I've not been able to do anything but go into the office for the past 13 days. So now I can do things like work on my papers and actually work on them. I tried working on them some. I did a little bit on Friday, but a lot of that time was just I was too tired to get a lot done because I'd go in. We have practice problems that, yeah, training is really intense in this, and you don't get paid for the training and the credentials stuff. You don't get paid for the time. And I had to spend $64 applying for some certification P10 thing. So I'm hoping everything works out with that. I've sent it off, and I'm hoping that they get through the paperwork faster than they expect to, because if not, this job simply isn't going to exist for the majority of the season. Not for me, because it takes 4 to 6 weeks to process the paperwork, and in 4 to 6 weeks all the work will be gone. So it's, going to turn into a big waste of time if something doesn't happen soon. But I'm supposed to call the IRS to harass them. I get to harass the IRS! And there's not even all that much they can do to me, because until they get this fixed, I don't have a job. So I'm not even paying taxes until I can get this fixed. Then they can fuck with me, so I don't want to piss them off. But I can also spend this week applying for jobs. There's a lot that I could do. There's some educational stuff I've been wanting to do online that I've not been able to do because I haven't had the time, and it's like I can do things that are low-key after work, but I was just really tired after my job work stuff was done. But I like the job. Overall, I like the job. The only two bad things about it are that the pay is low, the hours are few, and I have to invest a lot of time outside of the paid time to get stuff done. But other than that, basically other than the fact that the pay is really low, it's a pretty good job. The people are great. And I'm not telling you where I work anymore. The people are good. I like the staff. I like the boss, although I always put my foot in my mouth when I'm talking to him. I like the environment. I like helping the customers. I like the actual work itself just fine. Don't want to do data entry my whole life, but as a job, it's not too bad. And they actually put me on the telephone calling people recently for one of their promotions. I did well with that, so I was told, so most of it's going well. The only bad thing is, it not paying enough, and I think I don't have the experience to say this with confidence, but I almost think that no job I engage in is ever going to pay enough. So that's almost but anyway, maybe I'm just greedy. I don't know. But overall, I'm pretty happy. Oh, and the work was getting in the way of getting these other things done because even though it's part-time hours, it was feeling like a full-time job because of how much time I was having to invest in it. But now I have some time for myself, and I mean, what more could I ask for? The thing that I was complaining about is now temporarily a non-issue. So I'll have to find something else to complain about. Yeah, there was a robot kit I wanted. I wanted it for Christmas. I was going to buy it for myself, and my mother said, "Oh, I can get you a 15% discount." And we went online to try to order it finally last night. That didn't work out. I've been meaning to go driving and get some practice driving in so I can go get my driver's license. I didn't mention it when it was happening, but Fancy Pants was letting me get some practice in with her car. She's a wonderful person. She really is. So I got some experience, but since I've come home, my family's been like, my mother doesn't let me drive with her because her nerves are bad, and my older brother never goes anywhere. Told my mother last night that if he's just going to sit around and do nothing, he needs to do it in the passenger seat of the car so I can get something done. So she thought that was funny. I'm supposed to be going to lunch in like 10 minutes. My family's expecting to get here, and I'm supposed to be ready to go. And I almost am. I'm dressed. I've not got my socks and shoes on yet, but I'm sure they'll be... I have socks. They're clean. I bought them at the Dollar General recently. So I have socks for now. What else am I doing? Just trying to get my work area set up. I think I might have found an article which I thought was interesting. I'm going to send it to Dr. Mazzolini and get his approval. It involved Euler angles and quaternions, I think is how it's pronounced, and then something else which we didn't even talk about in class, and that something else is what I think makes the paper worthwhile as a paper. It is the focus of the paper, but it's comparing it to Euler angles and quaternions because it doesn't have the same limitation. Euler angles have singularities at particular angles. Basically, the system blows up, so Euler angles are only really good if you're applying the small angle assumption. Quaternions don't have that problem. Instead, they have a different problem, which something about modeling with a quadratic. If it can't be modeled with a quadratic, you can't use quaternions. This other thing doesn't have either one of those limitations, so anyway, I'm gonna get started on it. I'm gonna assume it's okay. At worst, I'll just like call it paper 2 and go back for something else for paper 1. But whatever. It's something. I'm making some kind of progress. I've not yet set my printer up. It's gonna go right here to my right. It's a printer scanner copier, and then I'll be able to print stuff. Fancy Pants is supposed to be coming to town to move out soon, so I'm hoping to spend some time hanging out with her and or moving heavy furniture under her direction, which is great. You know, I like being able to help, but it's just, you know, working out all the details that can be a hassle. I like being able to help her because she's done a lot for me. Anyway, have a bunch of stuff. I'm trying to do things that are professionally relevant. Oh, and my only other real complaint about my job is it's not the career I want to go into, but, you know, you do what you gotta do. And it's just a seasonal position. So anyway, oh, and I need to apply for more jobs. I need to go to the website where NASA hires and put my resume up on there. You know, just lots of stuff I need to get done that for one reason or another I wasn't getting done. May have spent a little time playing a few video games, but that tends to be low-key, and that is relaxing. Basically, when I'm too tired to get something useful done, then I go play video games. Most of the time. So I'm working hard, making progress. I'm probably going to go into the office 1 or 2 days this week, even though I'm not on the schedule. Not because I'm going to work for them, but because I need to finish up my practice problems that I'm supposed to finish, which are going to take a while. I need to figure out when the office is slow so I can go in and be focused. But overall, life is not too bad. Not great, but not too bad. If living at home with your family and not having the right kind of job and instead having a really crappy job is, I mean, shouldn't call it a crappy job because it's really not, but it only pays $8 an hour when as an engineer I could easily be earning $25 an hour. But mostly I like it. I got a lot of work to do. I got just all kinds of different stuff. So I'm mostly just trying to get stuff done. My coworkers are awesome, by the way. They are really just pretty awesome. I like them. Yeah, I guess this is long enough.